So we got another one today, and the question is really simple, but we want to dig into it a little bit. How can you tell if your female is gravid or not without having the super expensive tools of the trade like an ultrasound? So let's dig in. What's going on, guys? Will here, Flawless Exotic Creations, coming to you guys with another video. And this week we're going to talk a little bit in detail as far as try to show you some things that's going on with certain females. We got asked a question on Instagram. If you don't have an ultrasound and you want to figure out whether your female is gravid or not, the best thing you're going to do is going to be watch her behavior. You don't have to have a bunch of females or anything, and we're going to use our collection as an example to illustrate this visual display on different animals. When you're doing breedings and your pairings, you're typically trying to get a lock a month after you're seeing follicle growth. But if you are one that palpates and you can feel the follicles growing in your hand, I'm not that guy. I can't feel it. My calluses on my hands are too rough, I guess, from bodybuilding and such, but I can't palpate, which was another incentive for me to kind of go the ultrasound route. But you can do this without an ultrasound as well. So if you're not at that level yet where you're going to go and acquire an ultrasound, you can watch your females, watch their feeding schedule, meaning you're feeding them every week or so, or every 2 weeks, and they go off food. If they've been locking and you've been recording when they're locking and they go off food, you can document that as well. If they're skipping meals, if they go back on food, you want to just make sure that your documentation process is intact. Can't preach that enough. Document everything that's going on in your collection, because it will come back and help you when you want to review those documents to see where you are in the process while looking at your female in the tub. So it's going to be a really short display pretty much this week. Typically speaking, when you open a tub, your snake is going to be doing this thing, drinking this water, sprawled out, chilling, whatever it may be. That is the norm. When they're gravid, it's going to be a different type of behavior, and there's stages of it. There's like kind of getting comfortable, where you'll see them kind of bedding down over the heat, over their hot spot. So they'll see them kind of clearing the area right over the hot spot and just kind of chilling in the back for the most part. You're also going to see them transition and come forward to the front of the tub, if that's your cooling area, and kind of try to seek cooling, trying to cool off a bit. These are all different stages of being gravid. So if they're cooling off around that water bowl, they're seeking a little bit of coolness, and then they're going back to the back, retracting back to the rear of the tub or wherever your heat may be, and settling right on that heat. Now, the deeper they're getting into their process of getting ready to lay these eggs, the less movement they're going to have. They're not going to be expending a ton of energy. You're going to see them from time to time be extremely, or appear to be extremely uncomfortable. I want to say our first season was really interesting, to say the best, especially you pull open a tub and you got a female that's gravid and she's like belly up, but she's belly up and still moving. She's not dead, and she's just kind of, that's where she felt comfortable being, so she's literally belly up. So you're going to see some funky behavior from your snakes that you've never seen before, and that's perfectly normal. Again, this is for the untrained eye breeder or keeper that has never had a clutch before, or maybe had very few clutches so far. We're closing in on 100 clutches total, meaning we had 43 season 1 and 33 season 2. So far this season we've had 1 laid so far, and we've been getting a bunch of ovulations. So I figured, I can do this video and actually show you a visual of trying to answer, and hopefully answer any questions any of you may end up having. So there's very unique behavior from not only individual snakes but just ball pythons in general. There's things that's normal where they're not gravid, it's just their normal behavior, and then there's things like I said, being belly up or in awkward positions and being blown up or going through ovulation, things in that process of being gravid that's going to be kind of blatantly obvious that something is going on that's different in that snake that you may be, you know, expecting a clutch from. All these are your telltale signs to hopefully make sure you have your incubator ready for the incubation process of your eggs, and you don't wait down to the last minute and have to kind of scrounge up something to incubate your eggs. And you know, you want to basically make sure that you're going to increase the chance of having a successful clutch, a successful incubation process, and none of that really is going to be successful if you have to kind of rush and gather things at the end because you weren't quite ready. So that's what this video is for, answering the question on Instagram, and also hopefully getting anyone else out there that's a beginner breeder or a beginner keeper, hopefully to visually see some of these cues of what's going on with your snakes, and for you not to be alarmed, but also for you to be prepared for the next stages of them laying the clutch for you. Again, guys, hopefully this is a very helpful video, very short video, but we want to be informative about the content that we put out in hopes that it helps anyone out there, new, old, whatever it may be. But it's Will, Flawless Exotic Creations, and we are out.